Okay, thank you, Freddy. We're gonna be jumping out here into the skyrise of Vertigo to see FURIA versus mouz NXT. And Hayes, this is really going to be... I feel like I'm in a loopy land right now saying that mouz have got the chances and the favorites to actually come out of this one 2-0, right? Up against FURIA out of all teams, but... Yeah, I mean, I was talking with Freddy yesterday about it. Cerrado is probably gonna dip after this player break as well. Imagine he goes to 9Z here after they made the semifinals.
No, come on, Atro, you're getting a bit ahead of yourself there, mate.
I
think Cerrado needs to end up on Liquid, okay? Let's send him to Liquid. That would be my first choice. Either way, the choice for FURIA is to aggress, ramp on the CT side, and they will isolate Sierra, but the problem for them is that's not where majority of the players are. Cerrado has to deal with them, and that's exactly what he does.
He does indeed. Post-plan situation, 2v3. Make that a 3v1. Cello, that is a beautiful take into ramp. Into stairs out here as Natu is the last man standing, 1v3. They're all coming his way from one side of the map, and it's gonna be the Glock trying to defend them all, but he doesn't have enough bullets left in the mag, has to reload, gets run over, and done goes the round. FURIA take themselves up to the pistol, and this will be a great start out here for the Brazilians. Okay, so there we have it. It is going to be FURIA out here finding Cello on a double kill. He is going to immediately buy up that A1S, and Cerrado starts doing Cerrado things, right? I mean, they get to all waterfall down from heaven. He manages to defend, takes down 2, gets traded out, and yet still, mouz played that well because they do get a bomb plan down. They did manage to trade out Cerrado, and they do get inside of the site, only leaving Natu alone by himself. If he had a P250 rather than the Glock, I think he would have found an extra frag to pick up a Galil, but instead he goes in for full util, as we're used to seeing Natu actually go in for his util. And now we move into round number 2 here, as FURIA have to, well, play the CT side up against the force buy of mouz. And again, this is a matchup where I would have been expecting the main mouz squad to be fighting up against FURIA. Seeing the academy out here really shows just the potential of these young talents. Heading up to this moment in time. Amcal also played a great fight. And where Yuri is right now, actually, down onto A, I feel like Elish has called it big. He wanted to call it mini, but that's kind of what the name stuck around, either mini or big, whatever you like to call it. All these new positions on the map just added on are going to be exciting, and Yuri from big manages to find Krisen, shuts him down, makes this one a 4v3. PR already found the 1-for-1 down on middle up against Fallen. Natu just pushing up with a Neon Rider, trying to work out something with that Mach 10. Instead, Yuri shuts him down again, and FURIA, they're playing this hit and run really well out towards Ram. They're waiting in for the smokes, and Syra somehow connects onto Cello as well. Back to the A side we go, but it's going to be Syra, last man standing on half HP and a Galil with 30 seconds to try to deal as much damage as possible. If he finds one more frag, at least the eco is going to be good. Right now, there you have it. Cerrado finds one more. Syra will be falling. This is going to be FURIA moving themselves up to 2, forcing out this buy from mouz NXT and looking in to try to pick up the 3rd round as well, uncontested.
Okay, sorry, just having some tech issues on my side at the moment. Internet seems to be playing out, or playing up, should I say. Hopefully not something that will persist. Either way. mouz NXT gonna have to just settle for the eco here. FURIA should have a good chance to just rack up some extra cash. You can see Fallen's just settled for the P250 here as well. So, not too worried about this round. Looking forward to the future. Wants to pick up that AWP. Have you got to cast the new Vertigo yet, Atro?
I have just once though. So this will be this is my 2nd time.
Yeah, I haven't played it. I haven't seen it. So, well, I mean, including games I've cast, I haven't got to cast the map just yet. But it does look like the changes have kind of improved the map. I mean, it wasn't hard to improve Vertigo, honestly. So
I feel like they did too much.
Seeing how things play.
I mean, I would have liked to see only one change of the 2 down onto that A side, not both the catwalk being extended and big being added, or that little hole in the wall there for connector.
Yeah. I think they didn't do enough. I think they should have, instead of just removing the wall into middle from the from Skinny, I think they should have just rather removed the entire map.
Okay, yeah, I see where you're heading at. I see where your head's at. I mean, look, personally, I don't hate Vertigo to play it. Casting it is okay. Kisserado is just going in for the eco route here. There's an A1S picked up by Natu. Right, I mean, I don't hate it. I also like the fact that they changed up spawn points for the CT side. Right, this gives a little bit more delay for that CT start. It allows the T side to actually go in a bit more aggro towards ramp. The ramp player that always needs to peek in first doesn't have that timing anymore to have it. Look where Cello is right now. He would have been a little bit further down into the spawn point right here, and he would have had the time to actually get into the site. Now he doesn't have that kind of same timing, so looking at it as well here, it is going to be interesting to see how this is going to be affecting Vertigo in general, and how a lot of teams are going to be actually trying to, you know, work out the map into their map pool. But this is already 3-0 for FURIA, right? So we are taking a look on down to mouz not having the greatest of starts, but this is their first full buy. So this is the time to be actually working it out and to try to find themselves on a round.
Yeah, let's see what they can bring to the table. It is their map pick, and we know that Nuke Up Next can be a bit of a frailty for them, so gotta make sure they get across the line here on Vertigo. They can't afford to go into that second map down 0-1 in the semi-final. I mean, remember, with Gun 5 being in the grand final, whoever wins this semi is going to be an overwhelming favorite going into the grand final. More so FURIA than mouz NXT. And FURIA have got an opening pick here to work with as well. Cello needs to be careful. Doesn't seem like he's considered that someone could be as close as Sierra is right now. And that smoke's going to start to fade. Bermilov with the AWP. He just plucks Yuri out, man. Great kill. And you know what? Cello, he's not going to fall back off the back of that either. He's still going to hang around here and look for more.
He is playing the sandbag right here, pushed up onto ramp. But right now, he is backing away now. I think he does have the info that there's at least 2 players out here onto ramp. The push should be coming on through with 30 seconds left remaining especially. He's calling in for Fallen for support. That's going to be a flash on down to try to deter them from pushing, but that does not help too much. They're still gaining up space, and it's going to be up to Fallen to try to deny. Let's see Natu pushing on in 20 seconds. Remember, mouz have to get inside of that site quickly. It's going to be the execute. Smoke down, Molotov as well, down for headshot. And 10 seconds now, Fallen finds the first. Looking in for the second. It's going to be Bermilov to try to trade, but they play it back. They play it defensively. They play it so well. FURIA have got this round on lockdown, surely, because PR, does he have the time? Yes, he does, actually. Okay, 2v1. Cello trades out the Opper, and now Cello's gonna find the remaining 2, finding up the triple. FURIA still win out the round. Yeah, they didn't have time to plant.
And they died after, PR dies after the timer there, by the way, so he doesn't get any cash injection at the end of that round. Because the bomb plant didn't come through in time, that is very unfortunate. Big kill there out of Fallen, because that's what slowed things down a couple more seconds. And mouz NXT, while they did get the trade eventually, they were never going to win the round. Even if he did plant default, Cello would have been able to deny the plant. So good work coming through there from FURIA, able to win the pistol, convert against the Force, and they've won the first gun round. So that's certainly going to give them a good boost of confidence. You've got to imagine the confidence isn't in a great place at the moment for FURIA. You know, getting pushed the distance by a team like Ruby, going into overtime against Zero Tenacity. You know, teams that they should be able to essentially beat with their eyes closed because of how much experience they have and how good these players and individuals are, but they haven't, right? They've had some really tough times as of late, so I think starting strong here will do a world of good for their confidence.
Yeah, I'm sure it will, but again, it is FURIA. Fallen can also just yell out, boys, we have to remember who we are, right? We have to play like the name implies. And I think that definitely can get FURIA back in the game, back in their headspace. Kia might be the only one that has a couple of reminiscences about that, but, you know, he is definitely playing with the big boys, right? And he's trying to keep himself up and show that he's not a bad pickup out here for the team. And look at this now, Yuri goes in for a spray on one side, transfers on down to Kristen. It's only going to be the eco round either way here for NXT. And mouz, they're losing out player by player, but Yuri's running out of bullets, and PR's going to run him down on a Glock. It's going to be Natu as well, spamming through the smoke onto Cello. So now 2-4-2 into the Seco, and 2-0-1S is picked up, but the timing from Kia is good. Connects on Natu in here from Ivy, and is going to be backing away towards Skinny as well. Now, you were mentioning that default planned going away here for mouz NXT and that they couldn't go for it. This is also a big change that is happening because of the patches out here towards Vertigo. The default plant is just not as viable. They have to get into the site and try to play it on down there for connector most of the time.
Yeah, it's a good point. It feels like it's actually really difficult to plant the bomb unless you have like an AWPer posted skinny or somebody holding down that deep line, so you know you can't get swung from there. And here's the boost coming through. PR catches a glimpse of Kai and he does a significant amount of damage. Remember, this was just an eco round for the T side coming into it, so the fact that they've gotten themselves 2 kills, nearly a third, in fact, there we go. Bermilov will indeed complete that kill. There's no time for him to win the round here, but any further damage inflicted would be fantastic. Unfortunately, not going to happen, but mouz NXT will take that. 3 kills in the eco. And for FURIA, getting ahead of themselves a little bit there in that round, I reckon. You know, constantly contesting ramp against the pistols is just not necessary. You know, Yuri and Cello going down there, I think was just because they hung around for too long.
Yeah, they did kind of overstayed their welcome after they already got to see that the flashes were coming in. The smoke as well was laid on down for ramp, and it was an eco buy either way. But now we go into the full one again. Second full gun round here for mouz. They lost the first. They're looking to try to recuperate their losses down here onto the second. And Cello again plays this one aggressively down towards ramp. He is actually going to be pushing on away here, and he's going to be meeting up with Syra and with Bermilov here onto the AWP. As FURIA, I like the fact that they're gaining up space here. Kia already finding the first, and Syra and Cello are face to face right now, but they don't know about it. The smoke obstructing their view, and it's going to be Cello perhaps being able to shut down Bermilov and then Syra, but no, doesn't hold in the trigger discipline. Only finds Syra. Fallen shuts down Natu. Fallen still playing it down on middle here. The 2v1, and he's not even backing away here. Crizzen instead is going to be the one that has to be forced back, and this is mouz NXT. Struggling for an opener, struggling for the advantage. As FURIA right now are just playing that default so much better than mouz.
Yeah, at least Bermilov's able to get the kill back on Cello to give them some space, give himself some space at ramp, but Fallen is looking to try and take that space back in the meantime. Crizzen's working mid. It's a really awkward round for mouz NXT because of how they're split up right now. They can't assist each other. It's a good tag there. Yuri's going to fall back, and he could fall back into Crizzen. Man, Bermilov's just trying so hard to control the space right now, draw rotations, and get somebody to cross from that B bomb site through middle to A. He's trying to bait him through, but Fallen's the one who's taken Bermilov down, and that means Crizzen has to try and find a way by himself now. Left to his own devices, 19 seconds on the clock. Serato perfectly positioned, will get that kill, and FURIA go up 6-0.
This is the performance I was expecting out of a team like FURIA, right? Finally, it feels like they have a good start. We get to see Serato on 8-2, Cello on 8-3, Fallen pulling off plays like this, right? I mean, Crizzen didn't even get to go onto the boost, and they have great rotations, great timings. Overall, FURIA definitely looking great out here on Vertigo, and already mouz have used up 2 of their tactical pauses, and it's only the beginning 6 rounds.
The problem is, it's not even like they've been able to get into good positions so far on this T side. They keep getting shut down, you know, losing a player mid when they try to get that control, losing a couple players ramp before they're able to get the control. I'd like to see them even just, you know, try and venture in towards the B side of the map, apply a bit more pressure. I know they're trying to force the ramp players back before they head in that direction, but they're just not having a great time of it at all towards ramp. So maybe a good idea to just abandon that part of the map for a round and stack the numbers up elsewhere.
Well, I mean, we did get to see Cello and Yuri always being aggressive down towards that side of the map, so even if they actually completely go away from it, there's going to be a player lurking on down. You always need to watch your back. mouz realized that, but they're still not playing down towards the B side. They're only leaving Syra to really gain some information there if anybody pushes. Instead, the eco is going to be aggressive, and finally, okay, if the slow push doesn't work out, if the slow burn doesn't pay off, then rather just go in for the all-out rush. I don't really hate this, but it's gonna be the Tech9s to try to push on ahead here, and this is Fallen you're trying to gather into. Right, it's not gonna be that easy, but PR does manage to find one onto Cello, and now they're backing away. Hit and switch. A2 will find himself on the ground there, but it's gonna be the 4v4, and all that space they've gathered only to be thrown away now. mouz.
Look at Sierra.
Oh my goodness.
That's a big nade coming through to finish off Bermilov. Thankfully for mouz NXT, they do have Sierra who's lurked into the B bomb site. Found out that there's no presence at all, and he's been able to get deep as well. So he might go unaccounted for if FURIA do look to retake the bomb site, but Yeah, Serato starts to head in that direction. He's called for the troops to gravitate back across as well. So it's going to have to be a retake now from FURIA. This is actually by far the best position that mouz NXT have been in to win a round so far. Ironically, off the back of the pistols. Let's see if they can make it work. A fresh smoke is going to be pretty awkward here for FURIA. It's going to delay proceedings even further as they start to set up their utility. They've got kits to work with as well, so time not a problem as they start to make their way forward. Serato gets cut down. Crizzen doubles down with his Tech 9. 12 points of health is all he has to work with. That smoke finally going to fade. Eventually, Crizzen's been felled, and Yuri spotted the player on the bomb site. Fallen collects the kill, and FURIA continue their flawless run.
Okay, yeah, but this was the greatest round so far coming out of mouz on their own map pick, right? The pistols going aggressive, and again, it's Crizzen punching up the digits out here when it matters most, because Crizzen is definitely one of those players which he has impact on the multi-frags, and this Tech 9 definitely pulled through big time out here for mouz. He was almost able to find a round out here for mouz, and instead, well, he is going to be taken on down as he was forced back. Fallen, such an aggressive retake as well. He was looking at that timer, he knew he had to press W, and he did it with the AWP as well, so well done out here for the IGL and for the, well, Professor himself. But 7-0 here, Hayes. Definitely a start maybe a lot of people were looking forward to, so it being possible, it being on the screen right now, I think is definitely going to be bringing a couple of hopes out here for FURIA's resurgence.
Yeah, definitely going to get people excited as we're going to see some presence in towards mid. Fallen could get caught off by the boost. Oh, well, thankfully for him, Kai kind of gives up his life. Fallen still wants to continue to try and make a play, and he'll take down, well, the scaffolding of the boost, essentially. Crizzen falls, and Fallen once more. This is very aggressive from him. Don't normally see him playing as aggressively as he is right now, and it's good to see that he is just changing things up here. Not afraid to make a play when it's required. Cello also playing around the smoke. Got some supports on the same bomb site now, and that's important because it looks like that's where mouz NXT will end up.
Sara took a good chunk of damage as well from that nade, and look at Cello's position out here. He could take down at least two. He's going on in. He's found one. Nate2 trades it back quickly enough. They weren't too far pushed up. And Yuri playing the new angle out here, playing away out here for the catwalk. It's going to be good.
Angle.
Are they going to even check it? A lot of teams haven't gone around to actually getting used to that, but there's the Molotov. Okay, good enough. mouz, I think they had heard Yuri. They're still going to be planting out here for default. Coming on in, it's going to be Serato denying one. Serato traded on out, and the AK doesn't really connect him from Yuri. 2v2, and Fallen's coming in through ramp. He's still playing that Tech 9. It's going to be the peak. Fallen gets spotted, but not taken down. And now, time taken away again. It's going to be that 2v2 retake that we got to see last round as well. This time, can it be pulled off once more? Yuri playing headshot, checking into connector. Doesn't know more about Burmilov, but now Fallen does. Spots on the barrel, doesn't connect on the shot, yet timing still goes away. Burmilov falls. They have to move in quicker. Syra needs to defend, and it's played in for default out here. The Molotov could be huge out here. They don't have anything to extinguish it, and they've won the round. Syra, well played on that molly to make it 7-1. mouz finally put up something on the board.
Oh, okay, well, both of the FURIA players will narrowly survive, but you're bang on there, mate. At least. Yeah, sorry, just had a little hitch there, but it was a great round out of mouz NXT. Sierra throwing that molly really well timed. It was the difference maker ultimately. Able to just deny FURIA that defuse. Was a great attempt at the retake. I will say, very good coordination between Yuri and Fallen to make that one possible. But mouz NXT get themselves on the board. It's not as soon as they would have liked, but still enough time to recover here. What are you thinking, Atro? I'm like 4 is bare minimum for mouz NXT on this T side.
Yeah, 4 is definitely the bare minimum, but I don't think they'll get there. I mean, with the current form that we get to see FURIA, Fallen's very aggressive. We get to see Cello in a lot of these angles as well, which perhaps you wouldn't take up against other teams, but maybe it's the confidence going up against an academy out here into the semifinals to try to find themselves off on an early streak. Nate2 takes a lot of damage from that ladder. Broke his ankles. Fallen. He's again the man to try to find that opener, and he does down towards B. Oh, he has no idea about Crizzen though, and this is going to be an easy tap. There you go, Crizzen shuts down Fallen, and it's going to be a 2v2 again.
I don't know why he was so compelled to make that play there, man. I mean, it's not like there was a big push going on the A bomb site. There was some pressure, but it's not like they'd seen the bomb or had like hard ironclad information that it was going to be the A side take. So I think Fallen just gets ahead of himself a little bit there. Maybe trying too hard to play that aggressive role on the CT side and try and get that flank going. Either way, even numbers game now. We breach the 45-second mark. mouz NXT edge their way in towards the bomb site. Kai's gone back to B, and he's going to try and do what Fallen wasn't able to, but it's going to take a while before he's able to have any impact on that flank.
30 seconds only remaining, though. And right now, Kia, he is making his way through here. They're playing it slowly enough that it gives Kia time to actually rotate. Serato just going to be waiting in here for his teammate, and he's going to be mauling down towards default as well. It's the Incendiary dealing damage. Down to half HP goes Crizm, but the bomb's still planted. 2 defuse gets out here for the retakes. It's going to be 2 flashes and a smoke, but not anymore. Kia's going to fall. Burmilov, great timing. As Serato is going to try to play around big out here for Connector. Does he go for this? I mean, it's Serato, right? Of course he would. As he's going to be able to find the first one. Doesn't know about Burmilov. Has to go in for the defuse. And right now, time ticking away. Burmilov hasn't been spotted just yet. Burmilov wins out the duel up against Serato. And that's going to be great, getting mouzed up to 2 in a row here. FURIA. They've gotten breached. Now they have no economy. mouz could get the 3 here. And that 8-4 half could actually be working out finally for the Academy, if nothing else.
That was a very brave way for Burmilov to play the 1v1 against Serato. He knows Serato is expecting him to just try and play time in the round, so he's decided, I'm just going to step forward. I'm just going to force this gunfight as early as I can, and he does catch Serato off indeed. So that is a big round coming through for mouz NXT, despite the fact that they lost the first pick, if I recall correctly, and it has reduced FURIA to pistols. Yuri's got the hero rifle boosted up at the moment.
Oh, noise made.
And yeah, the information will be given away there. Going to see some momentum coming through for the T side. Sierra gets an opening pick, and then he pumps the brakes.
He does, but I think that might be the right call out here for mouz. They're pushing down both sides at the same time. They're realizing it's only USPs. There you have it, Yuri. Last man standing. Burmilov is going to take him down. Burmilov, he's had a great map so far. I mean, not...
Yeah, true.
Not amazing to say, but it's a great going up against FURIA, right? He's 8-8. He's actually found a lot of very impactful frags, a lot of impactful rounds. And not only has he clutched up that 1v2, but now he's also taken down Yuri on that A1S. So, looking good out of Burmilov. This is exactly what you guys wanted to see out in the pregame, right?
Yeah, he's certainly pitched up in a big way. I mean, sure, it's 8 for 8, but you got to remember they've only won 3 rounds. He's been the guy who's been getting these really high impact kills to even get him in contention. Won the clutch out against Serato, so he's having a lot of impact here, is Mr. Burmilov. Fallen's also pitched up in a big way, though. Living up to your expectation, he's 12 for 4 at the moment. A couple of rounds left here in this first half, and the semi-final starting to heat up now, Atro. We've got both teams coming to the party and showing us what they're capable of.
Yes, they are. Big nade damage constitutes a frag for Cello. Finds the spam in through the smoke. Connects down onto Syra. Burmilov down to 30 as well. Forced to play it back. He's going to pick up the bomb as Serato keeps up the man advantage. Big time out here for FURIA. mouz have had some decent executes so far into the game. Right now, though, in a 3v2 that is looking down here onto the B-bomb site. Serato is looking like a deadly beast to try to face off. The boost comes through, though. Burmilov could try to catch him. And here it is. Serato is going to fall on down to the boost. Burmilov manages to connect onto the nade as well. Kia falls down to 44, but the full flash doesn't even matter out here for Kia as he connects down to Burmilov. It's going to be Natu to trade. And mouz, again, great on the executes. Can they make this round work?
FURIA have gotten ahead of the utility. They've got a player who's generator right now, so it's not like that smoke's going to completely isolate the bomb site. And mouz NXT are tentative as they make their way forward. Crizm's going to deploy another smoke in towards CT. He's opted for the AWP as well. Cello's the key right now, and the player on bridge can also peer above the smoke, but Crizm's holding it right now. He's waiting for that peek to come through, but Fallen's found the kill, and that makes life so awkward for Crizm. He does get gifted a peek, but how does he find the bomb, get the plants, and stop both players from pushing him? He's got to go for the kills, and that's not going to work out either.
Yeah, they had no idea about Cello down on server side there. It was Fallen to be really baiting on in that heaven peak. He did go down, but it was the second player around him as well to re-peek if necessary. And this was a great start from Burmilov. Again, it was the flashes, the execute, actually finding the frag on down towards Pillar. But mouz, even though they get onto the site, they just play the timing a little bit slowly, I'd say. They're always coming down to these last 20 seconds to try to get that bomb down. And we already got to see one round actually being lost to that timer from PR when he was trying to plant away out here onto the A site. So FURIA are definitely in their heads a little bit here, but finally Syra is going to get that opening duel to try to get into the safe site. It is going to be up to Yuri to try to deny, and no one is coming in to rotate. Nobody's coming in to help you out, Yuri, as he falls down to half HP.
Yeah, A bomb site's been compromised. Bermilov boosted up, will be able to get that kill, finish off what Sierra had started. Serato looking to try get ahead of the game, try and affect the defense on the say bomb site right now, but that smoke will cut him off. Fallen's the next man to try and maintain some sort of semblance of control. 3 versus 5, man. Should be no way back in here for FURIA. Of course, they are going to attempt the round because it is the last of the half. But 8-4 looking primed. Is it another kill that comes through here? mouz NXT just charging their way forward.
Kia falling down as well. Syra has had such a good round into this one. Just pushing up through ramp, basically Wing on in, finding a flawless one to end off the half. 8-4. mouz started off a little bit late here, but hey, I mean, it's not looking half bad actually. 8-4 split going into your CT side, rather than just seeing a complete washout here for FURIA. At least they're putting up numbers. At least they're putting up rounds on the board to make this one exciting.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it took them a bit longer than what they would have liked, but they've given themselves a pretty good chance here. After a solid recovery, Bermilov was the man who really kickstarted their campaign and got them into Vertigo.
That
and
boost
now
down
we will...
ramp.
Yeah, it's a strong one, hey?
Yeah, they used it twice already and they found 2 frags each time. Definitely gonna get to see that a little bit more in the coming days, or in the coming months. We don't know when the next update is coming around. Hopefully after the major, though.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Lots of utility here for the T side. Fallen's got 3 pieces. Serato's got a couple as well. And it looks like they're setting up for a big execute in towards the speed bomb site, but mouz NXT have got themselves set up accordingly. They're well poised to deal with this. They've got 2 players on the site itself. Bermilov's rotating. They've got Sierra in middle. They've just got to hit their shots. And that is the part of the equation they haven't been able to complete just yet. Kai is leaping in, trying to affect this bomb site right now, and he can't catch anybody. It's just ghosts passing by through the smoke right now. Yuri is going to look to just fake the plant here. Unfortunately, that means he probably falls prey to Crizzen. Oh man, Yuri's got no room to work with, and mouz NXT giving him maximum respect. They're not giving any gunfights up as of yet.
That goes in the shell right now. Yuri 1v3 trying to stay alive. Crizzen's going to shut him down, and mouz pick up the pistol round to get themselves into this half. You can see a little bit of pout there coming in from Yuri. He was in a 1v3. He hoped he would be able to at least shut down one more to look in for a 4 spawn or try to get that bomb down. Something to, you know, make the round count a little bit more in favor of FURIA. Instead, though, this should be looking like an 8-6. Fallen's going to be calling out just one more quick execute with the Glocks, with a smoke and a flash. 2 flashes, actually. And they're going to be running it down on ramp. So, yeah, I mean... Again, mouz activating late here, but better late than never. Definitely looking okay.
Yeah, absolutely. CT side now for them up against the eco should be able to reduce the gap to just 2 rounds pretty easily. When you look at mouz NXT's history on Vertigo as well, they do slightly favor the T side, but they still have a stellar CT side on this map as well. They scored a 58% win rate on their CT side compared to 59 on their T side, or 60, I guess, if you round it up. So very comfortable on both halves of this map. As for FURIA, it's not the same. There's actually a really big disparity between their T side and their CT side. And they favor the CT side, Atro. So that doesn't really paint a great picture going into the T side now for the Brazilian squad. I'm a bit worried for them, and I think that this first gun round is going to carry a lot of weight, because if they lose this gun round, not only are they falling behind the pace of the game at that point, but the momentum just continues to build up for mouz NXT.
Yeah, and mouz are definitely a team that thrive on momentum. That CT side win rate definitely not screaming confidence moving into their T side now for FURIA. But, you know, at least they did manage to find 4 rounds above mouz. You can't take that away from them. They've got that stopgap measure if they lose out the pistol, which they did. So now this full buy round is really important. Fallen on a Galil to try to play up for even more util. And we know that FURIA are definitely a team that can definitely pace themselves well enough to win out a round off of Util alone. Vertigo, not going to be one of those maps where you can do that as easily as perhaps Anubis, but definitely going to help. So now pushing into the ramp, just trying to find a little bit of info. It's going to be Crism to fall up first, out in towards Ivy. FURIA picking up the advantage. Yuri's going to find the double. This is what you wanted coming out of Yuri.
Yeah, mouz NXT just catching stray bullets through the smoke right now. And already down in the 3v5, nothing to show for it, man. They don't have like a big flank or any great information. They have decided to just roll the dice, which makes sense. They've gambled all 3 players in towards the A bomb site, and they're still looking to try and maintain these forward positions. Vermilov looking for a gunfight, and he's able to find one, and he gets out with his life intact. He inflicts further damage on Fallen, but eventually he's cut down. They now know Natew's here as well. Backpedaling. I mean, FURIA, they've got to realize, goodness, this B-bomb, this A-bomb site is stacked up right now, and it's probably in our best interest to explore the opposite side of the map. And there we go. Yeah. That's exactly what they'll do.
Post plant on the B side, Natew and PR definitely could save away these 2 guns, right? This was a bonus buy after all. The fact that mouz kind of lose it isn't necessarily the worst of outcomes if they keep a hold over these 2 guns. They'll keep up economy, try to save up for an AWP out there for Vermilov into the round after this next one. And they'll be looking good to try to keep up their economical stability, if not their round count. Because FURIA, they win this one, they're going to be looking in for the next to try to find double digits, right?
Yeah.
So,
and they break the CT side economy as well. I mean, they're only going to get $1,400 when they lose this round. That's not enough for a full buy in the next. I guess Natew and PR could drop a couple rifles, but they'll be light on utility. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what mouz NXT opt for here in terms of their investment. Do they go all in? They need that AWP on Vermilov as well, mate. He's so good with that AWP towards ramp. He's a massive presence for them, and he's a big factor in their successes on this map. So I'd actually like to see them just go for the half-buy eco here and guarantee Vermilov that AWP in the next round, but they just want to go all in right here, right now.
You know, I think Vermilov's not buying, especially for that AWP, and yeah, they're gonna get the drops being made. We'll get to see it after we get to see Yuri just completely open up Ivy. Oh no, he does go in for the full buy. Okay. So this is not a full buy, this is not a bad full buy, by the way, coming out of mouz. But if they lose this one, economy completely reset, and FURIA are basically getting themselves up to 11. And look at this, that flash from Kia. Yuri again opens up in towards ramp. And he has just been a menace down towards the A site out here for Vertigo. But a big trade frag on the other side of the map. Caserado will be found.
Going for his best Stewie 2K impression there, looking to phase through the smoke after Yuri rushes ramp. He's hoping that the B-side player might have his back turned. PR, though, hanging around, is going to be able to find himself a multi-kill. 3 kills coming through. It's the first time we've really said his name. Massive impact out of PR. Fallen will at least get the trade, but it's still a man advantage now for mouz NXT in this all-important round. Plenty time for FURIA to try and recover. And where do they go? Looks like they're just going to join up together, but oh, look at this angle. Natew so deep in T-spawn right now. No world in which FURIA consider this.
45 seconds. Syra coming in through the ladder as well. It's going to be Yuri shutting him down. 2v2 now. Yeah, they still don't know about Natew as he connects onto Yuri. But 1v2 Fallen. Let's see if he can catch off guard. The one player that held it down towards T-spawn. Well played out of Natew. Finds them both, shuts off the round, and wins out an ever so important full buy out here for mouz. Keeps the economy going, keeps mouz in the game. As FURIA, they themselves will be going in for their own force. They had a good start, and yet still the positionings out here for mouz were just a bit above the cut that FURIA were expecting. Right, PR with a big multi-frag down towards the stairs as well. Basically, what secures them that round. And then Natew going in on the flank connects to the round number 16. So, Hayes, we are going into a forced buy versus a full buy out here for mouz. And it's going to be very important because, again, FURIA could get to double digits. But mouz, if they win this one, they stabilize back. They get to 9.
I feel like Yuri's got Sierra in his pocket at the moment, man. Like, that's the third kill here in the half I think he's gotten on Sierra. And Cello activates on the opposite side of the map. There's more where that came from, but Nate's used blind. And he's given up his position as well by shooting. But he shoots very hard. He's able to find himself a kill, as does Crizzen. Fallen's going to have to pull the plug altogether and head in towards that A bomb site. But it's not like they have any control on that side of the map. Just realizes that B is no longer an option. And look at Yuri. Man, he just blasts his way forward, takes full control, gets ahead of the game. And he does gain that side control now for his team. Kai doesn't have to overplay his hand here. He's playing that lurk role, so he can just take things slow, just post up on the angle, allow for his teammates to make the moves in towards A. There we go. Times his peak really nicely to finish off the round.
I love the aggression coming out of Yuri. It just allows Fallen to have so many more calls, have a lot of space down towards the entirety of the map. Right, and he's just going in for the full W because he realizes he can outgun most of these players on the other side of the server. I mean, sure, Bermilov and Crizzen have been looking really good so far. Syra and PR as well have kept up their consistent kill tracks, but I don't know. I feel like Yuri has that confidence in him right now to go in for all of these picks. K-Serrata and Fallen as well. I mean, he's 17 and 9, K-Serrata 13 and 12. Right, it's a high kill game into round number 18, and FURIA, they just want to use their advantages as well as they can. Not really try to do anything too fancy. Ooh, could have been a big nade.
Yeah, that would have been chunky for sure. Either way. Yeah, FURIA are using their advantage as well, man. If they can win against the 4-spy here, they basically win the map because it's going to be 11-7 anti-eco after that, 12-7. And we certainly back FURIA to win 1 of 5 rounds to close out the map from there. So let's see, really big opportunity presents itself right now for the Brazilian team to take a big step in the right direction on their opponent's map pick. Fallen though is going to peek into 2 players and yeah, was always going to get overwhelmed. But he can relay that information through to his teammates and they've seen even more presence. They're just going to lead the charge in towards this beat site now. And that should be enough for FURIA to close out the round. It
should be, but again, you're getting to see a whole group of mouz NXT players just running in together. Ah, they're going in for the save. I thought we'd get something more exciting. I mean, I get it, right? Though. It's the right play.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. It is the right play because then next round it's going to be an eco round for them, but they'll still have a forced up set of weapons to work with. So it is the correct idea. It was a good approach from them as well. They tried to catch up with Yuri, but he was just a bit too quick for them.
Yeah, Yuri has really been looking like the Flash this game. Moving around everywhere. FURIA up to 11, should be ready to try to find 12 as well, because this is still not an amazing buy coming out for mouz. They're going to have to hold on to their economy, right? They're going to be playing that full save either way. So 2 MP9s, a couple of 5.7s, and a Galil coming into the next one. You're going to have to try to fight FURIA on a complete buy here, looking very confident, very quick. And mouz, this hasn't even been a bad performance. If they had an earlier start into this map, I think we could have seen the scoreline be even closer than this.
Yeah, FURIA did start very nicely. Gave them a big head start here on the map itself. And now they're just 2 rounds away from finishing off the job and picking up mouz NXT's map pick, which would be a huge bonus for them going into Nuke next. As we've spoken about, it is a good map for FURIA, but it's not a great map. They picked it because they know it's a weakness for mouz NXT. So that'll also just, boost their morale going into Nuke, thinking, yeah, well, we've got a buffer. So
also seen the fact that Fallen has been playing very reactive, right? Always calling in those mid-round rotates out here for FURIA, which I think it's definitely been taking its toll onto Crizzen, right? On the calls for mouz. And something that I didn't get to see yet is, oh wait, that flank from Cello, I get to see it now. I was about to say Tobe is making his voice heard besides those initial rounds where they had to call in 2 technical timeouts because they were getting overrun. Now they still have 1 more, maybe not needed though. Kie finds 2 down on Heaven, looks for the 3rd, gets it as well. Kie finds himself on the multi-frag, shuts down the anti-eco here for mouz. And yeah, this is going to be 12 on the board. Map point for FURIA. There you go.
Job done. 3.5 kills coming through from Kai. The most impact we've seen out of him so far here on Vertigo. It is going to be, as you say, FURIA getting up to map point. They've got 5 of them here to try and finish off the job. standing out in the open. His best Nico impression from yesterday's game. He's just standing top banana on top of the sandbags, and he cuts down 4. Been loving G2's run at IEM Dallas, man. So good to see. Loving Stewie in the server. Nico playing like a god. Monacy is just the GOAT at the moment.
He was looking a bit nervous, Stewie, for the first couple of best of threes that I got to see him.
Yeah, but he's settled into it now, man.
Yeah. Either way.
Yeah, mouz NXT, they've got to settle into this round here. They still don't have an AWP batter, and if they lose this round, it means they've played this entire half without an AWP on Bermilov. At least Sierra will get that kill, though. So it's an opening frag here for mouz NXT, and they should be able to extend that lead. No, Kai actually baits Nitu into the fight. Cello gets the kill. Sierra's going to go through that smoke.
Wow.
It's really brave, and it costs him his life. And there's another one. Does he also try?
He can't. The smoke kind of punishes him, blocks him. Krisen trying to get in through CT, but he's getting mollied off, forced out to use the smoke, and now he's completely segregated away from his team. Bermilov could have a free frag out here on Kie, but again, so many smokes down towards middle right now. You can't even see anything. Here comes the drop on down. Krisen attempted the jump and fall and still catches him off guard. Bermilov last man standing, 1v4, and I think we get to see that mouz have fought long and hard out here on their own map pick, but it's gonna mean nothing as FURIA take it 30-7. Second half looking almost as good as the first.
Yeah, lovely reactions from FURIA on their T side. Yeah, they lost the opening pick there as Yuri goes down, but then there was an immediate response that came through from them. They never really got caught on the back foot. There was always a fallback plan for FURIA, and it was just really good to see that their protocols were in place and that they were able to...
I don't know, let's find out as we're going to be moving into the second map of this best of 3. Ladies and gentlemen, if you just tuned in, we got to see the first map being taken down there by FURIA in quite a dominant fashion with a 7-0 start. They end off with a 13-7 on Vertigo on their enemy's map pick. So now we go to Nuke. It's me, Atro, on the mic alongside Hayes. We just got to see Freddy onto the analyst desk, and boy, is it going to be a start out here with the dualies and with the smokes down to the A side for FURIA. Okay. I mean, Hayes, we are going to be taking a look on down. I don't think we also have the statistics for opening duels, because back down on Vertigo, they lost a lot of them mouz NXT, right? I mean, that was also one big issue they had, which wasn't just... They weren't able to initiate these rounds.
And there's another one.
Yeah.
There's another one, an opening kill coming through. Sierra wants to get information, but he finds a 9mm bullet instead. Coming through from K Serato is Glock Nitu trying to get a trade back. He's actually the only player on this A bomb site right now. I think there's some support from Heaven. Bermilov does get a kill back, but now the execute's going to gain some traction. Kai, oh my goodness, that's a beautiful double kill coming through from him. The response is there out of PR, but they now know where he is. He's going to look to try and force the issue when the bomb's being planted, because he knows he can isolate the fight, but unfortunately for him, C4's now activated, and he has to deal with Fallen and Yuri, and they're playing off of each other very nicely. It's almost impossible for PR to isolate these duels right now. Yuri's tucked himself underneath Heaven, which means PR has to push the entire way out into the open to take that gunfight. Fallen swings off the back of it as well, and Yuri will conclude the round. So FURIA start off Nuke very nicely.
And that is a perfect example of how well coordinated FURIA can be. And it's again something that a lot of people were voicing their opinions on, was the fact that, you know, this is FURIA we're talking about. Why can't they just play default CS up against these other big teams? And why can't they just coordinate like they have right here, right? It's the 2v1. They just have to play together. They just have to peek in together. And this is exactly what we wanted to see out of FURIA. This whole best of 3 so far, even the beginning out here into the pistol, and even that last map, this is the FURIA that so many people were waiting to see. And now a push down onto ramp up against this 4-spy. PR here is he's a microphone out here in towards hell. And he's shut down 1. That's a great start onto Kie. Making this one a 4v5, but mouz still not having the positional advantage. Is going to be tough to try to retake onto that B-bomb site.
Again, though, FURIA have a response, which is exactly the case on Vertigo. Even if they do lose that opening pick, they don't get caught just like on the back foot. However, I'm loving this response from mouz NXT. They're just overwhelming this B-bomb site right now. Before the plant even comes through, K Serato will force the issue on Bermilov. He's able to find that kill, but now he has got both players dueling with him at the same time. How on earth does he isolate these fights? How does he pick up the bomb? This is mission impossible for K Serato, at range with the MAC-10 as well. It is far from ideal.
Yeah, but he is looking like Agent 007, man. He could definitely pull this.
Look at PR though, coming through from Decon. He hasn't hit the shot instantly, but he's taking the attention away from Sierra, and mouz NXT have made the force buy work.
There you go. So they do manage to find the force, and I think in this little bit of a timer that they've had, again, it's the talk about Tobe is such a great coach out here for mouz NXT. I think he's really had an impact. You know, they lost against FURIA on the first map on their own map pick. Now, mouz, you can already tell they're gaining a little bit of confidence into this one, right? They're playing a bit more aggressively. They realized they lost positions on B. They started going in all full W, right? Trying to retake into that side, trying to be aggressive, make their mark, and they definitely have done that, especially with PR finding the initiative and finding that first kill onto Kia in that last round. Now, FURIA are going to be on the back foot on the buy here with the hero AK coming out of Cello, who already falls down to half HP, and now to 0.
Yeah, PR, good work coming through from him. Although ramp control's been taken by FURIA, PR's been able to collect a kill. And Kai's picked up that hero AK and he suffered the same fate. So PR just continues to drop whoever has that AK in play. And gets his team into a favorable situation. 2-man advantage. Bermilov realizes he's probably got a few guests on his doorstep, so he'll backpedal as well. And mouz NXT find themselves in a pretty good position as a result.
PR keeps going, man. Triple kill already. Ooh, Yuri, that was a nice spray transfer. We didn't get to see it all, but damn. Brings this one back, 3v2 now. And Yuri and Fallen, if it's a duo that I wanted to see actually try to pull this off, it's definitely them. So far, we've been talking Cello and Quesarado in that first map. Now, it's Yuri and Fallen. They try to find a bomb plant at this A site. Or, does Fallen double back?
They get this. Oh yeah, if they kill Bermilov, that puts mouz NXT in a very awkward position, and it looks like they want to try and force the issue on Bermilov here as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yuri got the AK out now. Bermilov is in such an awkward position. He will go down here. 17 seconds on the clock. Up the ladder they go into the A bomb site. This would be telegraphed. mouz NXT will definitely know this is the option FURIA are looking to employ, but they won't be able to do anything about the bomb plant. Yuri's position on the rafters is cleared out, and it means Fallen has to clutch Tech9 out. Being pincered on here by Prison, but yeah, that was really good awareness there from Fallen. However, Sierra will hold his nerve.
Okay. Nice attempt out here by Fallen, but at the end of the day, this is going to be 2-1 out here for Syra to pick up the round and take down the Professor. So, it is going to be going on down to round number 4. mouz are going to be having themselves a great buy. You can see a little bit of a smile coming out of Syra. As PR, man, he finds this round. This was an eco, though, coming out of FURIA, right? I mean, sure, PR
oh, they forced up, right?
Exactly. Oh, did they force up?
Yeah, they did. FURIA spent all their money, yeah.
I saw the Tech9s and I was like, okay, this is definitely an eco. No. Went in for the force. Oh, Cello on a bit of disconnect. Should be back on the server quite quickly enough. But
I wonder if FURIA force up again here, man, because Fallen can get the hero AK armor, Yuri can get a Galil, Tech9's outside of that. They did get the bomb plants, and they know mouz NXT won that round keeping only one player alive. So their economy is brittle right now, so there's definitely a risk-reward factor here for FURIA to consider. I personally, I'd prefer the half buy, you know, Fallen save for the AWP, Yuri drop some pistols, and then they get the full gun round in the next. They can still apply some pressure here in this round. So let's see what they're going to opt for.
If I only had the information that Fallen has right now and FURIA have right now, then yeah, I think I would be going in for the hero AK. But because I know what's going on for the mouz NXT side, I personally would like to see some Tech9 rushes coming out here from FURIA's side, because they could overwhelm Bermilov if they go outside, right? They could have the flashes, have the smokes, try to pick up that scope and save it into the next round. And then it would be easier to really gestinate your economy per se and overall your round count, right? Because it's going to be 3-1. mouz are going to have the advantage, but FURIA can definitely bounce back if they're saving away a couple of rifles into the next one, into round number 5. Right, so I feel like that makes a little bit more sense for me, because again, we do have the X-ray, we know what's going on for both teams. But FURIA might be calling it out. And yeah, they had only a single AK into this one too.
They did, yeah, the hero AK wasn't really able to accomplish much until Yuri had picked it up. He's come out guns blazing here on Nuke, man. He was able to get that initial D kill that set their force buy round in motion. And then he gets 3 kills in the round after that, I think. So Great work coming through from PR. I think he's been my my pick of the mouz NXT players as of late. He has been in some fantastic form, has PR, and certainly a big factor in mouz NXT's recent success.
Yeah, he definitely has. I mean, Krisen has definitely woken up in the past couple of weeks as well, really pulling through big time out here for his team. But PR, man, he has been a consistent player out here for mouz NXT. And honestly, after the player break, I don't know if we're going to get to see him with mouz anymore. I mean, he's looking great, but I think a lot of teams might want to pick him up.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you'd consider as a player, but, you know, considering he's still only like 16 years old, I think staying in this academy team is a very good option for him right now. You know, under Tobers, under the mouz banner as well, you know, they've got very good resources behind them, you know, boot camp facilities, all the support and everything he'd need here in the infancy of his career. You don't want to see a player progress too quickly from an academy team into a main team. I think PR's got a long time ahead of him, you know, play out the next season with this academy team and then maybe assess his options from there.
And also, he's a very vocal player from what I've seen. He, on the webcam always, if he's not the one talking, he's the one being very animated. He's the one trying to just, you know, keep the flow going, keep the vibe going for mouz. So I feel like those players are really, really important for a team. So, yeah, I think definitely Tobis might want to keep him around for at least a year longer into the next season. But who knows the state of CS2 in the next year, right? I mean, this is definitely gonna be something that we have no idea about. But what we do have an idea about is that we're back in the game. Here we go. It's gonna be round number 4 with FURIA going in for those hero buys. As you mentioned, it's gonna be the force buys all around those. So big investment on util. They all have armors. And now Tech9s, Galil, and an AK coming out of K-Serato to send us into round number 4. And this might actually pay off quite well here for FURIA.
They're gonna move.
Oh my goodness!
Serato will find a kill, but it's a good response out of mouz NXT, able to maintain control. PR can't get out with his life intact, but it's okay because Sierra's found a frag through the smoke, so that will earn a man advantage now for mouz NXT as they head into the retake. Bermilov and Sierra gonna trade weapons here. Sierra doesn't have much health. They do not have a kit between them either, and Fallen's been able to get off of the bomb site. Wait, where is Fallen going with this one? He's playing in the vent. This is not at all a characteristic or an orthodox way to play the 1 versus 2 because it's so awkward to try and come up the vent. It's so uncomfortable for the gunfight, and they have no idea where Fallen's positioned himself. That smoke is going to make life very awkward for him as he now charges up the ladder. He's taken Bermilov down. He knows where Sierra is. And there's no time for Sierra. Wait, he's got a kit, but he can't find the bomb. As you say, the smoke will betray him.
Oh my goodness, Syra, Fallen, look at the smile on his face. They were not expecting that. That is a very happy man there if I've ever seen one. Syra, he pushes past the bomb. He was the one to tap it away as well. He got lost in the smoke. This was a complete dogfight, by the way, at the beginning. The force buy should not have gone through that way for FURIA, but Fallen finding that one onto Bermilov, and then Syra going in for the offense, right, trying to take him down before he actually finds the bomb. He overshot it here, Hayes. And he lost it.
I mean, how's Fallen playing that 1v2 in the vent, though? I've never seen someone do that. I've never seen somebody intentionally choose to go into the vent when you're 1v2 with the bomb planted A. But because mouz NXT are never expecting him there, it's just such an unexpected play to make. It works out for him, man. Fallen with the big brain, outgaming the academy kids.
Yeah.
Teaching them something new.
I think we can say Presente after that one, right? Definitely. I mean, Fallen just schooling out here. And we are going into a force buy for mouz NXT as well as the force buys war phase. They have to happen. Because right now, they're just trying to find some stability into this game. And mouz do not want to be on the receiving side of nuke. Especially from T-side FURIA.
Yeah, true. I mean, if FURIA win this round 3-2, the scoreline, anti-eco after that should be 4-2. And that would put them in a stellar position going forward here on the T side of their own map pick. We know they've got a solid CT side behind them as well. So for mouz NXT, I feel like they've got to win the half here, mate. I feel like they need 7-5, 6-all maybe, but it would be rough for them either way. FURIA shift their focus in towards ramp. We know PR's been good so far on this part of the map, but this time they've managed to force him back without losing any players in the process.
It's a hand cannon spam, right? They're trying to find some headshots, but this is just not the round that they're going to be able to do it in. Syra, last man standing, 1v4. If he's able to catch off 2 here, then perhaps he would try to go in for the retake. Doesn't have any idea about where Yuri is, though. So, gonna get spotted right now. Syra peeking on in from behind, though. Cello with the timing. It's gonna be FURIA finding that third, denying economy out here for the CT side, and it's gonna be mouz struggling to really make a comeback from this one, right? I mean, they're not going to be able to do anything in this round. It will be the full save and then the full buy coming out here for the CT side with a 2.4k loss bonus. Going to be making it 2.9k, right? So let's just say, what if they lose the next round as well? mouz are going to have economy coming in from round number 8. They're going to have a full buy, but by then, FURIA, they're already going to be past 5 on the counts. Right, they're going to be running away with it.
Yeah, my concern is Bermilov still hasn't had an AWP yet. Did he have an AWP once on Vertigo?
He had in the first half, yeah.
Like in the first half, maybe, sure, but not on their CT side on Vertigo. And he won't have one on the CT side in this next gun round either, because Siri's not going to drop him a glass cannon AWP, that's for sure. And that's just, you know, that's Bermilov's bread and butter is the AWP, man. So it's just a bit worrying that they haven't really been able to bring it to the table here in the semi-final nearly as much as they would have liked, especially on these CT sides. Serato, job to do. How many does he get is the question. Transfer is good for 3.
Oh, okay, that is definitely Serato on the spray. Connects on all 3. Syra picks up the AK, but not for long as Kia runs him down. And Kia ready to find the second one as well. Bermilov runs away now. Does he have the timing to stay alive? And oh, he's gonna re-pick into that one. Ah, there you have it. Bermilov not able to save away that AK. He knew Kia would push into him, but perhaps waiting for that push to happen to try to find one more exit frag would have been a little better out there for Bermilov. Now though, full investment coming out of the CT side for mouz NXT. This is really the time to take a look on down to the Academy. If they don't win this one, Hayes, their last bonus is going to be maxed out, sure, but they're already going to be so far behind. FURIA are just going to walk away with this momentum. They're going to be starting a snowball, and it's going to turn into an avalanche if mouz NXT don't start being careful with this one.
Oh, Bermilov has gotten himself in towards Secret very early on in the round. Cello's never going to expect this. He does spot him on the jump across, but Bermilov, in conjunction with Krizen, start this round off very nicely, and FURIA are desperate to try and get this kill on Bermilov because they know where he is, but that doesn't mean they're going to be able to do anything about it. They've stopped Bermilov from being able to escape. He's inflicted even more damage. My goodness, FURIA have hemorrhaged losses trying to get that kill. Serato swings into 2 players, and mouz NXT bounce back.
Krizen's support there for Bermilov, though, was what really made that play. I mean, he threw out the Molotov, he was spamming in through the smokes, he found 2 through said smokes, and if he wasn't there, Bermilov could have died way earlier than he did. So well played out here for Krizen and Bermilov to win out the round for mouz. FURIA, definitely hemorrhaging, as you say, are definitely going to be feeling the losses after that one. So, do we see the 4-4 ending off in a bad economy for FURIA, or is this going to be an all-out dogfight where no one really comes out on top, economically speaking, at the very least, and all that matters is the round count going up? FURIA playing out here towards door, being smoked away. Serato having to play it slowly, waiting for an opening to be found outside as Syra, oh my goodness, Syra goes on in and almost finds a second one as well. He's gonna be left on down to low HP. Yuri trades him out. Yuri only on 17. The Fire Serpent has to back away as the man advantage goes the way of PR. He's going to be able to leave Bermilov on the position to find yet another with the back turned away. Fallen's going to fall as well. Yuri, last man standing on 17, and this is FURIA messing it up quite royally out here into this one.
Yeah, but I'd also say mouz NXT are finally playing with some conviction, man. They're forcing these gunfights outside. They're taking gunfights with FURIA. PR's not always just like falling back to the safety of the B-bomb site. You could see Bermilov rotating through hell there, forcing the gunfight as well. So they're just actually not allowing FURIA to ever settle. They're constantly disrupting them and getting in their faces. And it's good to see mouz NXT playing with that confidence now here in the semi-final.
It is nice to see the Academy coming through out here with confidence, isn't it? Especially up against a team like FURIA. who are, again, the favorites coming into this one. From all the invited teams, these guys are not only on the highest rank, but also on the highest expectations for a lot of people. But I still do want to see mouz trying to find as many rounds as possible here, really put it up on the scoreboard. I would even love to see this nuke going the way of mouz, because that would just give us hope for the Academy to try to, you know, prolong it up until that decider and really have that chance of going all the way.
And Inferno is a very good map for them, by the way. It is also a great map for FURIA, so it would be a very interesting third and final map in the semi-final if we do go the distance, but there's a long way back for mouz NXT because FURIA have already amassed 4 rounds on this T side. They're going to have to eco here, though. The first eco for the Brazilian squad on this map, but I mean, if they could even just get one more, they'd feel comfortable going into their defensive half next.
Let's see if they're going to be able to find one more. This is going to be a hero AK coming out of Yuri. Going to be holding it down towards lobby. Cello outside just searching and praying for info. Again, it's very reactive CS coming out of Fallen. I like the way he switches up dynamics. Because, you know, they're on a boot camp. That's why they're here. They're here for experience. They're here not necessarily with the goal of winning out the tournament. Because, again, it's FURIA. They have it in their minds that they should be able to win this one out without too many issues with the caliber of teams they're fighting. But it's to gain their form back. And I feel like this is exactly what they're working towards and what they're doing really well. Because here into the semifinals, I do feel like they've gathered their form back. I do feel like we're seeing FURIA not at their best potential yet, but still at a much better turn of affairs than we got to see up until now. And was that a team incendiary going on down here for Prison? That doesn't matter.
I don't think so. I mean, it might have been. It did look like it had the blue flames of a CT incendiary, so yeah. Maybe. Either way, Yuri's got this AK he carried through from the previous round. He's going to be the only shining light, the port of hope here for FURIA in the round, but they're heading in towards ramp. Permilov's going to take first contact, and then DR can play off the back of him. So very nice setup between them. However, Yuri will swing out, and he's found both the kills. And have a look at his teammate. Someone's already in this B bomb site. It's Cello. Problem is he's only got a Glock. He's got a Glock. What is he supposed to do? And they even have the read. He could be in the corner here. Oh, man. All right, well, mouz NXT, good attention to detail. Serato at least takes down one more, so it's not a bad result in the eco here with 3 kills coming through, but mouz NXT have gotten themselves the lead.
Yeah, they have finally found the advantage for the first time, I believe, in this best of 3. On their enemy's map pick as well, Lost One is starting to gather up out here for the T side of FURIA. After managing to find 3 find 3 victims into that last one now. It is going to be Fallen, calling out the 4 spy. That's to be expected. Good util coming through out here for the T side as well. Now here comes another quick one. Serato into door. Doesn't get that much further though. Doesn't get the drop on Vents, but does find the drop onto Kristen. Sara's going to trade him, but not for long as Cello still out there right behind his teammate. Looking in to find the second one onto the back of the side as well. Leaves out with only 6 bullets in the bag and only needs 1 to take the head off PR. Opens up the side, and FURIA, they managed to win this round.
I just love how much the semi-final has opened up, man. Both teams throwing everything at one another right now because, as I mentioned a couple rounds ago, mouz NXT have turned up the heat, right? Looking to get into the faces of FURIA and disrupt them on the T side in the early round. FURIA say, well, we're not going to just go into shells here and play passively and let you take that space and then try to do something afterwards. We're just going to put the pedal down even more. Aggression into the A-bomb site, great util usage, great opening kills, and then the trades carry them forward thereafter. So yeah, FURIA will level up the scoreline here once again. And you couple that with the damage done in the eco round previously, it means mouz NXT, sure, they'll have a buy round in the next, but if they lose that, then they end up in a really rough position going into the last round of the half. So FURIA looking pretty damn hot.
They are. I also like what Cello has been doing here. Like, he's trading Serato, but he's still going in because he's feeling the game right now. He's definitely in that flow state. You can see him just go in wild onto the A site. finding this triple kill and finding multi-frags in general, right? He did this back on Vertigo. Now he's looking to start back up out here onto Nuke as well. And seeing as there's only 2 rounds remaining of this first half, whatever the half is going to be, FURIA have already reached 5 onto their T side. They're going into their own map pick to their CT side of Nuke. They should be completely fine to try to show us what they've got onto that defensive side. Fury's taking up space down towards outside. It is going to be Cello as well. Seeing the MP9 spam. Going through with it though, trying to bounce back. Instead, taking a little bit of damage and sending FURIA into secret.
Yeah, I'm not sure that they're going to end up pushing all the way into the B bomb site here though. We could see them double back and make their way back up secret and then try and split into A through mini. They've still got Yuri here to play off as well, and he will swing to take down Sierra, but the trade is there. Certainly not expecting the double up setup into mini, and that might be enough info now for FURIA to continue to push forward here towards this B bomb site. PR! Oh my god! You don't even see his Kai's head from PR's perspective. That's a brilliant opening kill coming through from Kai, and that's a kill that's locked in the round. mouz NXT have no business in trying to retake. They have to save their guns, and that means FURIA will get up to 6.
They do get up to 6. Again, it's based off positioning this time around, right? It's based off of how they actually employed the buy that they had, used up great util. And the fact they didn't take the fights outside as well, right? Because if Cello decided to start spamming in through that smoke and take a couple more fights down outside and actually send in manpower there, I don't think FURIA would have actually committed to that B-bomb plant. So, mouz, they're able to take them down a little bit here. Towards the end, find another frag from Bermilov. It is going to be going into the last round of the first half here. And a 6-6 wouldn't be bad, actually, for neither side. Neither for FURIA nor for mouz.
Yeah,
definitely recoverable.
Mate. I think mouz NXT, it's going to be very difficult for them to make a 6-all half work going into their T side, just because of the frailties they've had on Nuke in the past, right? You look at their win rate, they've got a 48% win rate on the T side, which is pretty decent, but they haven't played against a team of FURIA's caliber on this map, so I think that mouz NXT are already in a lot of trouble.
They are in trouble, but we have seen their pistols beforehand, right? And they've taken pistols off of FURIA as well. So if they can find that at the very least and try to capitalize as much as they can, then they could still be in a spot where even though FURIA might be gaining momentum back, they would still have that stopgap to work with. But this round isn't assured fully for mouz NXT neither, although the MP9s are making it happen. Already one traded on by from Cello. He finds the second one as well. Cello still keeps going in towards the safe side as the rest of FURIA are opening it back up. There you have it. I had to call it a bit earlier that the round isn't over, but now Syra, they're all down to low HP. He's on the A1S. He could try to spam them down, but now needs to see them as well, and nobody's speaking into this one. They know how to play it. It's FURIA we're talking about, but instead Cello goes an aggressive triple kill again for Cello, and FURIA, they managed to take this one 7-5.
I can't believe how they get 4 kills there in such quick succession. That was magnificent coming through from FURIA on the entry rather. Have a look at this though. I was just about to make that point. Bermilov gets naded by Sierra. There was definitely some miscommunication between Sierra and Bermilov because Sierra stays behind the smoke to try clear it with a nade, but Bermilov's jumping through at the same time. So he took a good chunk of damage from the nade, and it meant that Sierra wasn't there to help his team either. They either both had to stay behind the smoke and wait for it to be cleared, or both jump through. And very good composure from FURIA on the execute as well, able to get all those kills in the process. They go up 7-5, and now they're on the favored half of the map.
They are indeed. Pistol round's gonna start here. Cello on the dualies makes sense. As we found a couple of multi-frags already into the game, into the best of 3. Gonna be looking for a couple more. Quesarado spamming away onto door. mouz. I have a feeling from what I've casted of them before that they do take a lot of time out into lobby to really discuss what they're gonna be doing throughout the entirety of the round. So FURIA, they are going to have that 6th player basically, have that timer on their side. But Crizan, he's gaining up space in this time while they're talking. I like this, right? He's getting movement.
Yeah, Fallen's certainly aware of it.
Yeah.
Has forced FURIA to rotate an extra player down to the lower bomb site though, Kai, and I think it's Yuri who's there as well. So it means the defense on the A bomb site's definitely been weakened as a result. Serato, Fallen, and it's actually the Julies that have headed down into Secret on Cello. So mouz NXT have set things up nicely by forcing these rotations. They now look to try and get in towards A, but Serato will draw first blood. Is there more where that came from? There normally is, and there absolutely is on this occasion as well. Oh my goodness. Not even a single point of damage has been done by mouz NXT Atro. Not one. Not a lick.
And they couldn't even, right? It was Serato playing in down from Mini, just peeking and re-peeking, finding all those shots easily on the taps, on the headshots, and then Fallen coming in from behind as well on the lurk, managing to connect on the last one as well. FURIA, again, it's that communication, it's that experience shining on through here. And right now, mouz losing out the pistol. We were talking about mouz trying to make a comeback happen if they win out that pistol now. They're really in a tough spot. It's gonna be 9-5 with this Glock round. And they're doing the G2 kind of setup. That happened on Vertigo before as well, but they did it on CT side. All in a line. Vertical.
Yeah. Problem is, no one for FURIA is going to be pushing that far. Yeah. You'd be pretty silly if you look to try and flank in around like this. You can just sit back and wait. Serato, great hold from him in that pistol round, man. And FURIA take a massive step in the direction of that grand final. And remember, it's Gun5 who's in the grand final, not like Amcol who won Season 1, Bait who won Season 2, BetBoom who's made it to a couple grand finals. I don't mean to take away from Gun5, but they didn't even qualify out of the Swiss stage, right? They got a lucky packet draw to get into the playoffs because we weren't able to secure enough playoff teams in time for the playoffs itself. So Gun5 have gone from being eliminated in the Swiss stage to getting themselves into the grand final. And you've got to imagine that FURIA are just licking their lips at the prospect of playing against a team like Gun5 for a title, you know, in a grand final, man.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like a lot of people also might want to have the discussion of this should have been Gamer Legion and not Gun5 in for the grand final. But again, I just feel like that roster hasn't been given enough time. So we are in this point in time. We are in this timeline. Flawless round, of course, coming through for FURIA. A little bit sad that they don't get any kills from the MP9s, but right now, this could be looking like a massacre for FURIA if they find this round as well. Up against a full buy for mouz. They could be taking it away dominantly again. I mean, so far, we only get to see 5 on the round count out here for mouz. This full buy round is going to be very, very important.
Yeah, this round is everything for mouz NXT. Their entire life in the semi-final hinges on winning this gun round. You lose this, especially without a bomb plant, 10-5 becomes 11-5. You're not recovering that. Look at Crizzen. He's on top of the garage roof right now, on top of mini roof rather, and he will get a vital trade onto Yuri. Good activation coming through there from Crizzen to keep the numbers level.
As he's still playing outside, though, he's now pushing in through the smokes, trying to head on over to, I believe this is Secret and not the garage push. If he did go garage, perhaps he could have tried to find Serato, but PR, that is a great opening frag onto a ramp. He shuts down Kie, Serato forced back. Now the 3v4, FURIA. They've got Cello on the rotate here, Fallen to play down with the MP9 for the intake onto the B site. And Serato all the way into garage outside. No one checking up on A, so they don't have that sort of information. Although Serato is definitely a good microphone for a push. Risen. Ooh, he's going to be taken out here.
Don't think you want that one, mate. Yeah. There we go. Needs to be careful though, because he's been wrapped around from ramp and he's going to get the information. He's inflicted damage as well. And Cello's found the kill on Natu. FURIA were in a very awkward position, but Cello then does overextend and Serato's gone down as well. It's only Fallen left. The thing is, he's actually on the correct side of the map right now. Bermilov's going to be coming through mini with that bomb. There's only 20 seconds left remaining here as well. So if the bomb carrier gets dropped, that's going to send this round into a chaotic state. Bermilov has to consider Hatya as he starts to cross Oh, Fallen's tucked himself in. Bermulov's going to drop the smoke to guarantee himself a plant. Fallen edges his way forward. Bermulov exposed will go down, and Fallen knows last player's in heaven. Incendiary means PR has to push, and Fallen's gotten the kill. The clutch minister, the clutch master, will continue to do what is expected of him. What a round out of Fallen.
Presente, Fallen. There you go. He's done these before. He's gonna do them again. Double digits for FURIA. And he manages to do it with the MP9 as well. He had all the information needed in this round. Knew the last player on PR was down on heaven there. Mollies him out, still checks the angle, takes him down, even though the possibility of him coming through mini was definitely there as well, right? So, just overall, well done out here for Fallen. FURIA now are allowed to buy whatever they want. Fallen's on the AWP, they're onto the CT side, and as you mentioned, Hayes, from this point onwards, mouz, it is really going to be a challenge for them to try to make a comeback from 10-5 down.
At least they got a bomb plant, mate. At least they've been able to afford some weapons coming into this next round here. Kai not far away from connecting through the smoke. Needs to be careful he doesn't go down as well.
And now they're playing it much safer.
I was just going to say, Fallen was so composed in that 1 versus 2. We could see from the player cam as well, just holds his nerve. I mean, FURIA were in a pretty rough position in that round in the 3 versus 3, but they recover it really nicely. They've got an opening kill here as well. That's going to funnel mouz NXT towards ramp. That's where Kai was playing. He's still hanging around on ramp right now. We saw PR do a great job on the CT side. Kai, unfortunately, not going to be able to emulate that here for his team.
No, Natu finally started off on a good frag, but immediately traded back. Fallen does not want to keep momentum going for mouz. Not at all. Yuri going to be finding himself on another skirmish, and these are a lot of fights that are being taken by FURIA, and they're just winning them. That's why they're going in for them, because they know they've got the advantage coming into this one, and Fallen's just not stopping, man. Fallen keeps going, and round after round, Fallen keeps pulling through for the team out here, and you can see how stoic he is. The experience just showing up out here time and time again, and he's still pulling through with these great multi-frags. This is Fallen we're talking about, and it feels like really he's back in the server. So there you have it. Tactical timeout. Tobias is making his entrance very late for mouz, but again, better late than never.
Yeah, great display coming through from FURIA, man. Certainly a performance they're going to be proud of. Fallen is looking fantastic with the AWP as well. I didn't expect him to get the second kill here, man. This was the first, and then he gets the second frag as well, even when the mouz NXT player knows exactly where he is. Lightning quick on the trigger. mouz NXT going to have to eco here and then try play for overtime. They haven't won a round yet in this second half. And they're going to have to win 7 in a row to force OT, assuming they play for OT. Are they going to go all in here? Bermulov's got the hero Galil. Everyone else will save outside of that. Bermulov joins his teammates. Oh, man. FURIA just all over mouz NXT right now like a rash.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It is going to be these Tech 9s trying to do God's work. If not, map point goes the way of FURIA. And they're going to have a lot of chances to end this one off. I don't know. I'm still glad mouz NXT got up to this point because, again, as Freddy mentioned, experience is vital out here for the Academy. Up against a team like FURIA as well of their caliber.
Yeah.
But still, I think they could have done a little bit more.
Oh,
I think they
yeah,
could have
that's
picked
what
up a couple more rounds.
That's where I was going to go with it after you made your point. I agree with you completely. It is good for them to get to this point, but we want to see them making progress by pushing teams like FURIA the distance. And FURIA are the most beatable they've been in a while. So for a team like mouz NXT, it wasn't unfathomable for them to win the series. Either way, shouldn't be able to win this round here. 5v4 pistols to work with as well. Have been able to wrap around ramp again. There's definitely been a lot of focus towards ramp from mouz NXT, probably because that's where Kai's playing, so they're looking to exploit him, and they will get the kill on Yuri, so that means there's a lot of pressure now mounting on the say bomb site.
Sure can be there. K-Serrato outside, though, could be catching off the players down onto heaven, and he's going to be seeing both of them. Doesn't find anyone just yet, though, and here comes the push on down. Fallen needs to check, and it's going to be the charge around. Fallen finally goes down, and it's going to be the bomb plant coming out here for mouz. Looking like a round that could be doable out here, actually. PR picks up the A1S. There is an AWP down on mini as well if they want to extend that way. And mouz. Oh, they're going to be losing out in A2. That's a big frag. A1S goes through for Kie. 3v3. They still want to go in for it. Burmilov down on Heaven. Time ticking away. There's diffuse kits out here for Kia and Quesarado. Finds another.
Goodness.
Oh, there we go. That's the end. That's the round done. No way. No way does Quesarado go for this. I mean, they don't have the time, and it's gonna be the vent player as well, but now they get it. Where's the bomb? Do you have the time? I think he does. I don't believe it here, Hayes. Oh my goodness, mouz. They got just as baited as I did, thinking the round was over and they won it.
I can't believe it. They got us both there on 2 separate occasions. They had us in the first half and they had us in the second half. But eventually, Quesarado just charges through. Crizm coming up the vent. I think he gets a little bit... Oh man, he's a bit ahead of himself because he gives the sound cue away. We're going to see it here. Quesarado had passed Crizm running into the bomb site. And then he hears the... There we go. He hears the audio cue from the ladder. That's what allows for him to turn and burn. Burmilov goes down as well. FURIA. What a retake coming through from them. Oh goodness, that is a massive blow dealt to mouz NXT. The run boost not going to work out either. mouz NXT need to win 7 rounds in a row here to try force things into overtime, to then try win overtime, to then take it to Inferno, man. That's exactly what's required of them right now. While FURIA, their task, win 1 of the next 7. They're on the brink of securing themselves a spot in the grand final, and it's looking like it might even be here in the 18th.
Man, Yuri has been so aggressive. 18 and 10. He's found most of these openers for FURIA. Burmilov just trying to trade him back. He's managed to find Kie. But everyone from FURIA right now is popping off. I mean, individually speaking and under the guide of Fallen. They've been just going through it, man. And they're holding every single anchor. Whew, again. Cello finding yet another one. PR is going to fall down with the back turned away, and it's Nacho on 12 HP to really say goodbye and GG's towards his best of 3. FURIA are 1 kill away here with 45 seconds left on the clock.
Oh,
to
man.
send themselves at 13-5. Hayes, this has been probably what a lot of people were expecting, but they did it. And they did it dominantly as well. FURIA 2-0, taking away semifinals and going to the grand finals to meet up with Gun 5.
Yeah, by far FURIA's most convincing performance here in the playoffs, right? It seems like